Does having sex too soon ruin the chances of a relationship? Before I wrote this, I searched up on the topic and read every result in the first couple pages of Google. And no one agrees. Talk about frustrating. I was pulling my hair out halfway through, and I don't want you to do that. You have really nice hair. How could this be? Why are half the dating columnists saying one thing and half saying the opposite? Unfortunately, the majority of people giving dating advice are basing their opinion entirely on personal experience. That's like going fishing and not catching anything, then coming back and telling people there aren't any fish. It just doesn't make any sense. 1. Having sex too soon doesn't ruin the chance of a relationship, with one exception. Ever had sex with someone, only to regret it and feel it was too soon? Maybe you even blamed the timing of your first romp in the sheets or elsewhere for the lack of romantic development. You wonder if you should hold out longer next time. Maybe then the next guy will stick around and actually get to know you. The thing that really pisses me off about this is that it takes two people to have sex. If you have sex with someone on the first date, they also have sex with you on the first date. If you're easy, they're just as easy. The facepalm required for this level of double standard would be fatal. And yet, this perspective continues. Women are told to repress their sexual urges so they don't scare men away. Great strategy, right? What you want is unattractive to men. Just suppress yourself and wait for his approval. Shame is something that should never be associated with sex. Whatever you think is best, that's the best for you. Whatever your sexual kinks and fantasies. Awesome. However long you think is the right time to wait before having sex, that's the right amount of time. Any guy who thinks less of a woman for having sex with him shouldn't be dating. If you feel like you have to play games to keep someone in your life, they aren't someone worth keeping. Cut your losses. Be thankful you figured this out sooner rather than later. And move on. 2. So what's the one exception? The only rule about when you should have sex is to wait until you are ready. Save it for the partner you love the most. Assuming you are ready, think about what if it doesn't work out. And think about if your relatives, your mother, your wife, or your sister all had sex many times before marriage. Having sex too soon can definitely ruin your chances of a long-term relationship. Having sex before you're ready means you disrespected yourself. Usually you feel shitty, uncertain. You wonder if they're judging you. And this can lead to needy behavior. Neediness happens because you lost your own validation. And now you're trying to regain your self-esteem by getting validation from someone else. This is toxic. One of the keys to healthy relationships is being internally validated, rather than relying on other things or people to help you feel good. If this describes you or your situation, here's what you should do. First, figure out why this happened. There are 3 basic scenarios, and my advice to you depends on which scenario you're in. Were you pressured? Did you have sex because you think it's expected? Was it just because you were drunk or on something? If you were pressured, don't spend any more energy on the relationship. No one worth keeping will pressure you into choices that make you feel bad about yourself. If you think it's expected of you, stop and ask yourself why these expectations influence your decisions. What are your expectations? What are you looking for? Focus on your own wants and needs. If you were drunk or high, well, hopefully you had a good time, but it was a huge blow later on. And I hope it never happens to you again. If we've ever had sex while drunk, and there's no reason to feel any worse about it because we've stopped being a decent, responsible human being, our sexuality has taken over our lives. Did you end up in a relationship following a hookup? Are you wondering about your relationship? I'd love to hear your story. Tell me what's going on in the comments below. And for me, I advise you not to have sex. Leave those good things for the person you love. That is your husband and wife. And that is the best gift we give each other. And as a family, we will be happy for a long time. Please share your experiences.